Today, we need to get into the Korean government dropping some BTS related news on how much BTS makes. We also need to get into people saying that V has posted something showing the end, and then we have V believed to be going bald. So Dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Hate it or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, grab your dumplings, hey spilling mug merch, and let's go. We need to talk about V shaving his head and pranking us all a little bit. First off, V loves to prank armies and make us laugh or make us have a heart attack. It's somewhat well deserved for just some people in the fandom because a lot of us had grown up pranking the BTS members. So it's sort of a payback. If you aren't aware, armies used to prank all the BTS members by posting in the comments during live streams that there was someone behind the BTS member. So if the member was streaming alone, the comments would all collectively say there was someone at the window or that they saw a ghost figure on the wall. And since they do it collectively, it makes it sound believable. And the fandom does this as an endearing way to interact. However, it's quite creepy, as you could imagine if you were the BTS member streaming. So what did V do recently to prank everyone? He posted on his story a photo of his hair on the ground. It was a significant chunk of hair, but it definitely wasn't a lot. However, it didn't appear like it was swept up hair, but just that the hair was on the floor, meaning maybe people thought there was more. People initially thought that V had completely shaved his head, which of course would mean that V was about to enlist and had a bald head. It wasn't long after that post did V go on a live stream to clarify everything that was happening. He basically made a joke asking if everyone thought his hair was actually much shorter and if he was just preparing to do something, and knew exactly what he was doing and what the reaction would be, which is why before any of the rumors got too big, he made sure to come on and talk about it all. And it really ended up being not too short, but just overall a trim. Now, this has definitely also caused some debate as to why isn't he going and when is he actually going to be going. Well, the statement has been officially released by HYBE that the members are initiating their process, meaning this will happen very soon. And the members are probably enjoying just making some of the appearances here and there before they go. Going on a live stream, as I've mentioned many times before, is very similar to a live show. It's not supposed to be a thing where the members just roll out of bed, no makeup on, and then they just stream. We can even see in this very casual environment where V is streaming that he has makeup on. He either got ready for something else and wore makeup, or he wore makeup for this specific stream. And I'm not claiming there's anything wrong with wearing makeup since there is that stigma. I mean, typically wearing makeup is a sign of getting ready, trying to look nice. I do think V will eventually and very soon shave their head, but understand that an idol can't just go about shaving their head right away once they plan on enlisting. It may sound silly, but there's literally things idols do that may seem counterproductive to most people. Let's say you're in the process of getting blue hair, but you can't do that all at one time in one treatment, so a colorist might even under-dye or over-dye the hair during the first process so the process looks finished rather than half done, even if that means later it makes it hard to get to that blue or would add a step to get to that blue that most people wouldn't need to do. Reason being is because even if they're in the process of getting that blue hair, they still have to look presentable in that in-between phase if they're planning on going on camera. So you can also think, what's the point of V cutting his hair if he's going to shave it? The point is to be able to be on camera and look presentable before he goes. And this is why a lot of the relationships that some of these delusional fans build in their mind about the idol really isn't healthy. Because what we see on screen and the quote-unquote person we are meeting, it's such a staged and built person because they also have a team behind the camera that is curating audio, lighting, makeup, hair, and wardrobe. That doesn't mean the person we see on camera is fake or they're being fake. It's just that because of all those things, it's actually very hard to see the real person even if they're being a real person. People think that the clip we saw Jungkook sleeping on a live stream for 45 minutes is a real authentic clip. However, the stream cuts off. Jungkook doesn't turn it off, meaning there's a team behind the stream monitoring it. People also get super disappointed when we find out things about them. Things like if they're rich. Don't you hate it when super famous people that we see having sold out concerts are actually rich? Like, I hate when people say that as if, like, because they're rich, they're no longer a person. And when people post things like the members are rich and it's demanded by the fandom to take it down because this will cause, and I quote, cause the member to get hate. How? It's only hate if the people in the fandom take it as negative, which is the problem. Why can every little thing be used as an insult to insult an idol and make people upset at that idol? There was an article that came out where apparently the government was talking about how much top idols are actually making. They did many different idols from K-pop singers to even famous Korean actors. The government released this report, and I want to preface that it has nothing to even do with the idol, but it's about the status of the country and how well they're doing economically. I'm sure the reports also talk about other professions, but we're just talking about K-pop stars. Apparently, the annual income of over 7,000 singers in Korea is somewhere like 380 million US dollars, which is not a great representation of each of those singers, and I imagine a big chunk of that might just be BTS. But even to hear such a huge figure, it makes a lot of people want to go to Korea just to make music. And that's exactly the goal of why this report had even come out. It increases tourism there and could potentially make Korea the capital for rising stars. Of course, I don't know how many of those rising stars would consider making a Korean citizenship if said citizenship meant that they had to go to the military, as BTS going to the military was a big reason why the military situation and the mandatory enlistment there was even being a topic of discussion, which of course led to the cultural aspect of why do people there need to do it. It's believed that V is kind of saying his goodbyes recently, and it's causing a lot of emotion. People think that since he is sort of saying his goodbyes, that he must actually be leaving very soon and possibly within the next few days or weeks. However, nothing is confirmed and we have no idea when he is going to enlist. But how did people come to this conclusion? Well, there was another post that V posted on his story that caused a bit of an uproar. V posted a photo of what appeared to be him camping by a fire. I think it was camping because it was a photo of a fire inside some metal things, but on the top of the fire I can see aluminum, and usually people put food in that and then put it in the fire, either corn, potatoes, whatever. And there appear to be many of them. So either V is going to have that all by himself or he's with a group of people. Given it looks like there's 4 or 5 wraps of something, and that is the amount of members in the WoogaSquad, people think that this is a photo of the final get-together of V and the WoogaSquad. The WoogaSquad is the friend group that V was in for In the Soup Friendcation, so the group means a lot to the fans as we've all watched and invested our time into their relationship. Also, if you want to join and watch that series with me, please check out the Patreon. We streamed that whole season over there. I'll leave a link at the top of the description. But anyway, the friend group actually addressed V's enlistment very recently. So one of the actor friends in the WoogaSquad was holding a tour meeting and a lot of people came by. His name was Park Hyung-sik, and he talked about how a dear friend of his was going to enlist very soon. Of course, us being the fans can pretty much deduce who he means by this, and we know it is V. Just a side note, oftentimes celebrities will just kind of let the fans figure it out rather than just saying the name, because when they say a celebrity's name, especially if that celebrity is more famous, the person who said the name will be considered a name dropper or clout chaser. But anyway, the fact that one of V's close friends talked about this shows that V is indeed leaving soon, and perhaps they did spend a moment together before all of the craziness. So once the enlistment is considered in the process, it's only a matter of days before they receive their enlistment letter. Then they have a week or 2 to actually go. So you never know when it could be, so spending time with everyone as soon as you can is what you have to do. And I really hope V did spend time with everyone. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos, link down below. I think it's just a lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.